days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.
Can you play this Will Smith clip? Oh, let me say something else before I play Will Smith. I guess we didn't cancel him.
No, not us.
He didn't get canceled. Okay, all
not
right.
Us. Who's
yes.
we?
Exactly.
Who's
so
we?
I felt like after the slap, like Hollywood was gonna form. Like, this is, to me, Will Smith's coming back with this movie and is probably gonna sell out and do numbers, tells me that the shift has happened in terms of power dynamics, and that there's no longer any gatekeepers. If you put product out and you got the money and the bandwidth and the following to do it, nobody can stop you. So I like that. I still think people need to get in the gym, get in the lab, write, read, do all the things, because what we have also done, Roderick, is kind of let people think everything is up for grabs and everything's easy.
Right.
So young people don't feel like they have to put any work in to do anything.
I totally agree with you on that. I just feel like Luca is putting in the work. It just don't look like it. He clearly is putting in the work.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Well,
because that was the thing. When I played a lot of basketball, I was playing more than those dudes. I just didn't look like it, but I don't care. You still finna get these buckets. That's the game.
You were nice like that, Rod?
Yes. Ask Steph Curry.
Ask Steph Curry.
Yeah, I played ball with him. He know me.
You said ask Steph Curry.
Yeah, he know what's up. Took him a while to beat us.
Morrow, apparently, ask Steph Curry.
After he beat us, though, he never looked back. Okay, so I'm just going to let you know.
You're the reason. You're the thing that motivated him to get.
We showed the NBA how to check to Steph Curry. Honestly, we was just beating him up. That was the only way to stop that fella.
They won't allow that now. Can't touch anybody. I'm gonna play this Will Smith clip because he's out on Bad Boys. What's it called? Yeah,
Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
Okay, did you see it already?
Yep, saw it last night. I enjoyed it. Thought it was great.
Okay, because I was holding my breath. Is it worth seeing?
I don't. How do you feel about the other ones though? Like,
I love them.
Okay, yeah. Well, then you're gonna love this. I actually think it's the second best of all of them.
Oh, okay. Now I was a little concerned because Martin looks like he's not physically up to par. So I was concerned about that.
The press run, people have been saying that, but I haven't watched much of the press run. The movie is he's got the chubby face, but he's had that since like the second movie. So he just looked like he got the chubby face, but he still, the movie's funny, and they kind of actually take a lot of that stuff into the funniness of the movie.
Okay. All right. Will Smith is a marvel. I'm going to say this. And full disclosure, I was team him in the slap thing.
But how's that working out for you?
It works fine. I feel vindicated. I feel like I'm on the right side of history. I feel like when it happened, I couldn't stop. It was right up there. It was number 2 to Kendrick Lamar. It was right there. It was right there. I was like, oh, and I don't condone violence. However,
poor Chris.
The views expressed by the show's producers and its guests are not necessarily those of Karen Hunter or SiriusXM.
All I'm saying is that wasn't the thing that was gonna make me call him all kinds of despicable.
Yeah, I feel like most of us were on that team of
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting a lot of these moments of like the world is outraged, but black people are like,
right, yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of those like
y'all
I'll be seeing
know
the next movie, so I don't know what to tell you, Judd Apatow.
Y'all can take his Oscars. It's not going to change anything.
Right.
Okay. So, but he did say this, which it makes me, so it's also, I'm biased. When I was starting my career beyond sports and I started, doing some entertainment stuff, he was my second big star that I interviewed. First was LL Cool J. And he was so lovely. And, in his 20s, just such a classy, funny, just some of these people off mic, off screen can be jerky. He was magnanimous. Okay. So I've always kind of liked him because of that. And then he played the hell out of Richard Williams. So I'm just going to put, but so they're on press tour, and he said this about his son. And it's getting to the point that I was making, and I agree with him. Go ahead, play it.
People don't really realize what it takes to win, right? And it's like there's a really great quote. Don Simpson, who was one of the original producers of the first Bad Boys, and we saw a screening. It was really good, and he said, I said, it's good. It's at about 90%, and he said the great thing about being at 90% is at least you're halfway there. Right?
That's crazy.
And I was like, and that has turned out to be so true. The difference between 90% and 100% is lifetimes of difference. The difference between a good player and a great player is light years. It's like, my son was a chronic B student, and he would get B's all the time. And he was like, Dad, it's just, I really could get A's, if I wanted to. And I was like, I promise you can.
Believe in yourself.
I promise you can. You think that the difference between a B and an A is the same as the difference between a C and a B. It's not. It's not. Right? It's like you might have to eat differently. Like you might have to change friends. You might have to study sleep, to get from B's to A's. It's like the difference between good and great is underestimated by most humans. It's like if you want to be good, you can be talented and be good. You can wake up and be good, but if you good and you just wake up and be good, you're not going to beat me. You're never going to beat me if you're not doing, 70-hour weeks on your craft, right? And it's like, that is such a hard thing to communicate to people. And it's even more difficult when people are talented, when people get a B easy.
They think they got it.
They think they got it, and it's like, I'm telling you, it's like, it's not easy, but it is really simple to change your life.
I couldn't agree more. And I feel like what we have done in society, Roderick, is lower the bar. so that nobody has to do what Will Smith is saying. But then every now and then there's going to be somebody. The longevity of this man's career is a testament to something that he is putting into that on a regular basis. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would like to see that come back in the next generation.
Think we see great. We know greatness when we see it. You know what I mean? Like when you see it, you like, oh, that's different. So like, it doesn't matter what words we use. It doesn't matter how we change language. It don't matter if we try to change societal standards. Nothing's going to substitute for greatness. So when you see it, it hit different. Everything, a car look like a Phantom till the Phantom pull up, and then you be like, oh, that's that car right there. And I feel like Will Smith as a movie star is like that. That clip going around of him with the camera and
with the boom, with the yes, and the gun.
Yes. And then they show, like, in the movie, you see that scene, from the direction of the camera. And it's just like, oh, he's different. Because I don't know how long it took him to study that. He has to know everything about film. He has to know everything about the blocking, the staging, the choreography of the action. That dude's just a movie star. You see certain people, they get in their element, and you're just like, oh, okay, you put in the work and you have the talent. And obviously that's something that I don't even know that. I feel like people think it's missing, but when we see it, we all know. So we know it's not really missing. We just know there's people that talk like they're that, and they ain't that. Because when you see them, you go, that's not you.
Right. I guess I'd like to see more of it. And I think we have the potential to have more great if we, as a society, pushed greatness as a standard. Out there, as opposed to 34 felonies being the standard for being president of the United States.
I always said this. I said this joke about Kyrie Irving a long time ago, when he was refusing to get the vaccine and he was gonna end up missing all these games in New York and stuff. And I said, one of the things I've noticed is that people understand that greatness is not something that everyone can have, right? So that's what Will was even saying. He was like, don't be part of 99%, be that 1%, give the best you can. So what, but technically we all can't be that 1%. It's impossible. We can all be better. We can try to be our best, but there's going to be that 1% that rises above. But I think what's happened in our society over the past few years, especially since social media, is people start confusing being the outlier with being the smartest person in the room. It's like, no, you're just the outlier. Some stuff is like smart, like some things is smart because you scored the 1 percentile and you're gonna be the valedictorian. You're the smartest person in school. Some stuff is smart and we all do it, like looking both ways before you cross the street, right? Like you don't get there's no gold star for that or whatever.
Nothing.
It's just a standard that we have.
Well, you get to live. Yeah, right. Well, you get to live.
And if you don't do it, we don't go, look at that genius. He figured out you can cross the street. You don't even got to look. No, we go, wow, that guy's crazy. He just crossed the street without looking. I think people confuse. That's the discussion that we're not having.
You are so astute in these ways of thinking deeply. Thank you. Thank you.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.